Let's dive into the world of React and explore two fundamental concepts: state and props. This discussion aims to clarify when to use state versus props in React components, which is essential for building efficient and maintainable user interfaces. State is internal data that components manage. Let's understand what exactly state is in the context of a React component. State is mutable data that belongs to a component and can change over time, triggering re-renders. Essentially, it is the component's memory of the current state of affairs. Here is an example of the useState hook. First, declare a state variable called count, and a function to update it called setCount, and initialize it to 0. Now create a function called increment. Inside this function we call setCount, and set the new value of count to count plus 1. This will update the state, and any part of the user interface that uses this state will be automatically re-rendered. Props, short for properties, are data passed from parent to child components. Let's define what props are in React. Props are immutable data passed down from parent components to configure child components. Think of them as arguments you pass to a function. Here's an example. This code defines a functional component called greeting that accepts two props, name and age. It then returns a heading element that displays a personalized greeting using the provided name and age. To use the greeting component, we simply pass the name John and age 25 as attributes to the component. This allows the greeting component to be reused with different values. Let's explore the key differences between state and props in React. State is mutable, meaning its value can be changed directly by the component. State is internal and owned by the component itself. When state changes, it triggers re-renders, updating the user interface. State is private to the component and not directly accessible from the outside. State updates are asynchronous, meaning they might not happen immediately. On the other hand, props are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed by the child component receiving them. Props are external and come from the parent component. Props are used to configure the component with initial values. Props enable a shared data flow between components. Props provide direct access to the data they hold. Let's explore specific scenarios where using state in React components is appropriate. State is ideal for managing form inputs where the component needs to keep track of user input. State is useful for toggling visibility of elements or components. State can be used to maintain counters, such as keeping track of the number of times a button is clicked. State can manage loading states, indicating when data is being fetched or processed. State is suitable for handling user interactions, like tracking whether a user is hovering over an element. Here is a code example of a toggle example. First, declare a state variable called isVisible, and initialize it to false. Next, create a function called toggle. This function uses setIsVisible to update the isVisible state by inverting its current value. And finally, a button is returned, which, when clicked, executes the toggle function. Let's explore the situations where using props in React components is the right choice. Props are commonly used for component configuration, allowing parent components to customize child components. Props are used for passing data down from parent components to child components. Props enable the creation of reusable components that can be configured with different data. Props are used to pass event handlers from parent components to child components. Props can be used to display static content within a component. Here's a button component example. The button component accepts three props: text on click and type. These props are used to customize the button's label, click behavior, and style. Let's discuss some common mistakes to avoid when working with state and props in React. Avoid mutating props directly within a component, as props should be treated as read-only. Don't use state for static data that doesn't change over time. Avoid prop drilling, which is passing props through multiple layers of components unnecessarily. Don't overuse state, as it can lead to performance issues and make the component harder to manage. Here is a code example of a wrong way of doing things. First, never mutate props. Instead of directly modifying the user object passed as a prop, create a copy of the user object and modify that instead. And do not use state for static data. If title never changes, it should be defined directly as a constant in the component, not as a state variable. Let's summarize the best practices for effectively using state and props in React components. Keep state minimal, storing only the data that needs to change over time. Use props for configuration, passing data down from parent components to child components. Use state for managing user interactions, such as form inputs and button clicks. Remember, never mutate props directly. In summary, use state for what changes and props for what's passed down. Happy React development! If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.